patatalo. Buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball
Leaders for their team, especially with Reynal and San Juan.
And that's just one name. You have other names like Mike Malonzo, John Galinato joining the squad. AJ Miranda is now with the San Juan team. And you still have the likes of Orlan Momar. Dexter Marquez is also back. Joseph Ubalde, Jeff Taunera still with San Juan as per usual. So this should be another contending year for them in the Mpbl. On to the other side of things, Marikina did impress us in their previous outing. Eloy Tan would actually describe their performances as trajectory going up in this season so far. Paganda na paganda ang kanila pinapakita.
And that's a good thing. Yan naman na importante dyan because in that game, you know, when you go up against the champ, it almost requires a near-perfect game and a breakout game from the players and the team. Marikina got all the perfection that they needed. Marlon Basco, lahat ng 15 points niya galing sa 3 points. At napakaganda ng breakout game ni Mark Igliani. 76% from the field or 7 of 9 shooting from 3-point shots. Though they trailed early in the game, nakahabol naman sila kagad. Kinapos sila talaga sa dulo.
You know, I can't help but wonder if Andre Igliani, or AI as his teammates would call him, would be the new Marvin Janicio for Marikina here in the Mpbl. And you mentioned Marlon Basco. He's up there in terms of age, but in terms of performance, he's also still up there here in the Mpbl. There's AI himself coming from Mapua, so he's going up against some former teammates who now represent San Juan in the Mpbl. There you have it. That's our first game for today, San Juan versus Marikina. Now we turn you over to Richard Campos.
A pleasant afternoon and welcome to the first game here at the Caloocan Sports Complex. It's San Juan versus Marikina. Live on the Mpbl FB page, YouTube channel, MPTV Signal Channel 98, MPTV Satellite Channel 53, and on Pilipinas Live app. The 2024 Buenas Manny Pacquiao's Mpbl Season 6, presented by Extreme. Here are the starters. Let's begin with the Mpbl Datu Cup champions, San Juan Knights. Go for gold! At forward number 9, Dexter Marquez. Also at forward number 4, Mike Malonzo. Center number 46, Jopet Soriano. At guard number 24, Nico Panganiban. And at one guard number 5, Orlan Wamar Jr. San Juan Knights Go for Gold is led by Honorable Senator Jingoy Estrada. Assistant coaches, the original Tapal King, Philip Cesar and Nani Ipondulan. Team manager, Jun Usman. Co-team owner, Jeremy Go. Now starting for Marikina, Shoemasters. At guard number 6, Eloy Tan. Also at guard number 22, R.R. Casajeros. Playing center number 10, Mix Castellano. Forward number 7, I. Igliani. The other forward number 3, Joe Gomez Diliano. Marikina Shoemasters head coach is Rizal Castro. His assistants are John Paul Basilan, Monroe Queston, Bernardo Bunyag, and JC Lim. Team managers are Doug Rianji Pio and Leo Correa. Team governor.
Presenting the starters in this game, Omar, Panganiban, Soriano, Malonzo, and Marquez for San Juan. And it's Stan, Casajeros, Castellano, Igliana, and Gomez de Liano. Starting fives presented by Buenas. This is Marikina versus San Juan inside the Caloocan Sports Complex. Joe GDL in his previous outing scored 9 points, but he actually struggled from the field, 4 out of 16. There's Orlan Momar. And we also saw R.R. Casajeros now as one of the veterans of Marikina. Actually, last year he was already their team captain, but his leadership will be needed even more in this campaign. That's a good look. Nice fake. Orlan Momar, too easy.
Last year's three-point king, starting the season off with a basket from the outside. And kanina pa niya pinapractice rin yan
Yeah.
before the game.
Actually, if you would go early inside our venues, you would see Orlan Mamar practicing three-pointers, not only by the three-point line, but even 2 to 3 steps away from the line. Parang Steph Curry.
Yeah, logo 3 ang pinagpa-practice nito si Orlan Mamar. Si in the pre-game nga.
High-low. That's a foul by Igliane. The before mentioned AI. His former teammate, Jopet Soriano, is actually matched up against him. So Mapua boys, we have in this game. Baseline inbound.
Yeah, well, nakita natin kagad yung little high-low action with Soriano. Much as very guard-oriented itong system ni Coach Randy. If they got opportunities for the bigs, they always try and take that.
Omar misfires. And that's what Malonzo can do. He's blocked by Joe GDL. Recovery for Mike.
Yan naman binibigay ni Mike Malonzo para dito sa San Juan Knights. A lot of hustle plays. And very interesting pag nagkasabay sila ni Rain yung hugnatan mamaya.
For sure. Talk about hustle. But Raynel up there is now a leader. I'm not sure if we can really expect him to do a lot of hustling for San Juan. Baka pinasan niya na yan kay Mike Malonzo as Joe GDL scores.
Pero ang magandang makita dyan, ano yung magiging style of play ni Rainier here in the Mpbl, considering how Marquis has been performing for Parañaque and over the past seasons. Diba? That's gonna be interesting.
That might be a good challenge from Coach Mike Perez as Panganiban scores basket and 1. You know, this guy, last year, he had a partner. His name was Adrian Noco. Silang dalawa kasama sa drills. They're actually good friends. They joke around with each other. I asked him, are you proud of your former teammate? And he said, oo naman. Adrian Nocum is doing so well for his career right now. Wala naman daw siya inggit na nararamdaman. He has his own timing. And if you think about it, Panganiban is really in a good situation here in the Mpbl with San Juan.
Yeah, and really you just have to wait for your turn and the opportunity that comes to you. Huwag kang magmamadali, huwag kang mag-rush, and it's really good that he's very happy of where Adrian is. But for all you know, baka mamaya magkasabay pa sila, di ba?
That's right. The best friends might be reunited as now there's a foul, a push by Dexter Maiquez. That's Mix Castellano. He's a journeyman here in the Mpbl, formerly of Parañaque. Last year, he played 2 games in Quezon City. 7-2. 2 minutes gone by. Eloy Tan, he fires and he misses. Rebound, Nico Panganiban.
Once again, they're trying to push the ball in the front court. As soon as they do, they try to find opportunities to score.
Mamar, nice backdoor cut, but it's read well by Joe GDL.
Good recovery by Joe after that backdoor run by Mike Malonzo, understanding that he got beat, and so, you know, take the little shortcuts and try to get the deflection.
2-man game up top. Now they go to RR Casajeros, who decides to fire. He's not fouled. Rebound Soriano.
The three-point shots has been one of the weapons that actually, you know, kept that game really close para dito sa Marikina. In that game against Pampanga, almost half of their shots really coming from 3. They took, what, 37 attempts in that match, and you know, bulk of it, the mix coming from Marlon Vasco and AI.
Did mention 5 out of 5 for Marlon Vasco, and AI was 7 out of 9 from downtown. They were 13 out of 35, and their total field goal shooting was 33 out of 76. Now Dexter Maiquez is at the stripe. That allows us to go to our courtside reporter, Andrea Indicio.
Aminado ang San Juan na they are quite undermanned ngayon. Kulang na nga daw yung coaching staff, kulang pa ang players. Because currently, Mike Calisaan is still recovering from a surgery. Injured din sina Marwin Taiwan at Egiboy Mojica. Sabi nga ni Senator Jinggoy Estrada, this could affect the team quite big dahil mga reliable players nga ang mga nabanggit. Actually, although Galinato and Ubalde are in their uniforms today, pareho din silang may iniindang injury. On the brighter side, they now have Raynel Hugnatan ang nag-iisang nadagdag dito nga sa team ng San Juan. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Andrea. If you think about it, it's a starting 5.
Yeah.
Na nawala sa kanila for this game. The 2 are in uniform, but even John Galinato told us that he just had to dress up for San Juan in this matchup. There's Kuya or Tito, Raynel Hugnatan. Kayo na bahala how you want to call him. We have so much respect for him in Philippine basketball. Sorry, Coach, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you mentioned about you, that's really the first five na nawala sa kanila. It's really a good succession planning program then, on the side of the San Juan Knights, trying to develop other guys, understanding that eventually they will move on to other teams or other leagues maybe.
I was about to say that if they lost those 5 players last year, as Eloy Tan scores inside, if they lost them last year, this San Juan team would have been wiped.
Right.
Onti lang sila sa roster nila. But now you can see how deep they are as Mike Malonzo got fouled. That was by Mix Castellano. And now we will present to you this play of the game brought to you by Buenas, RR Caseros. Drive 1-2. Nice feed. Those two have been teammates for years now in the Mpbl. Caseros with Eloy Tan. Actually, Eloy Tan does share some leadership duties as well for Marikina, carrying on that culture from Coach Elvis Tolentino onto this new identity with Coach Rizal Castro and their Senator Jingo Estrada. Not too happy with free throws missed once again. That was a big issue for them last year, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah, kita mo yung reaction ni Senator last year. Every time there's a miss, talagang napapailing na lang siya. But really, that's the value of a free throw in a basketball game. And lalo at this level, you're expected to make them. So, you gotta make those free throws.
Sidney Mosqueda is now in the game for Marikina, another SGL player. So he alongside Ingliane are expected to leave by June. Caseros, 7 on the shot clock. 2-man game in Marlon Basco. There's the pop. Caseros drives and misses. Rebound Wamar. San Juan on the run. Look at them. Looking like a well-oiled machine, but it wasn't the best of deliveries. Just as I said that, now there's an injury for RR Caseros.
RR got left on the other end, couldn't move.
He's trying to shake it off. As now, Raynel Hugnatan checks in first time in the history of the Mpbl, replacing Jopet Soriano.
And immediately, pagpasok niya, kinakausap kagad yung mga kakampi niya. Telling them what the expectations are once he's inside.
Well, this guy's 45 years old. Actually, yung binabantayan niya si Marlon Basco, veterano na rin yan. I'm sure they've had their face-offs already before. Pili, also in the game for the first time, got fouled. That's 2 free throws for him.
So far, really good passing here being shown by Marikina, trying to find open people or running on open spots. And the important thing is that, yung continuous na man movement for Marikina that will bring them those opportunities to score.
First free throw converted by Eric Pili. For this game, or coming into this game, he averages 6.5 points, 3 boards, and 1.5 dimes in 19 minutes of play. But he did not actually see action in the previous game versus Pampanga. Good to have him back. 8-9. Marikina just keeping in step. Mamar. Now to Raynel Hugnatan on the horns play. It's now Dexter Maiquez. Hugnatan showing himself. Back to Orlan. To the left. Mike Malonzo. Too strong. Ball out of bounds.
Yeah, Mike had the right thing in mind to take that shot immediately as that ball got swung. But you got to practice those shots. There's only 3 ways really that you can do with that ball in your hand. You either shoot it, you put it on the floor, and you drive, or you pass it off. That time around, he took that first shot, and so got to be able to make better shots, better percentage outside.
Well, he's been working on his confidence shooting that 3 as Pili scores it inside. Talking about Mike Malonzo, he was a 4 back in National University.
Yeah.
But he's expected to play small forward for San Juan in this entire year. There you go.
Yeah.
He was able to see a mismatch and he was fouled.
Yeah, yun ang maganda lalo na if he develops that outside shot, because inside out, he can attack you either way, and a lot of the teams really right now are playing that style of basketball, which is inside out, get the ball inside, kick it out to shooters on the outside. And so if you have that option underneath and you see a mismatch, you take that advantage kagad.
I want to give a shout out to Coach Jeff Napa, who has done a splendid job coaching for National University. This guy was one of his projects. As this free throw is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances.
Yeah, and think at some point nagkakampi rin siya na nag-abot si Mike Malonzo at saka si Kian Baclaan together with
Yes, that's
Steve
right.
Nash Enriquez.
Last year,
Yeah, last year.
Clan was there before he transferred. Eloy Tan, found himself open for 3 and no contest from Orlan Mamar.
Yeah, why not? Eloy Tan is primarily a scorer. He's put on that point guard position because that's the role that they need him to play. But, bring him to the wing, tumira sa labas, kaya niyang tirahan yan. And in last game, he was almost triple-double.
Right.
14, 7, and 6.
Coach, quadruple-double. He had 6 steals.
Right, 6 steals and 1 block. Let's not forget the 1 block, too.
Would he have been the best player if Marikina won?
Could be. Because he was part of the final, I think, 20 points in that fourth quarter run. There were only 3 guys that scored in that quarter.
Oh, nice pass. And the conversion by Mosqueda.
Yeah, as you see that good move by Mosqueda. The 3 guys that scored for Marikina in the final quarter run was Eloy, AI, as well as Marlon Basco. Those 3 guys really led that charge. Kinulang lang talaga.
I'm really impressed that Marlon Basco is still a part of that top scorers list for Marikina. Orlan fires and misses. Rebound Pili. Marikina with the advantage. Good tracking back by Orlan Mamar. They get the counter steal. Nico Panganiban, he loves this. Open court. Panganiban is fouled.
Oh boy, I'm sure at certain points in a game, Nico also misses the presence of Adrian. I mean, an opportunity right there could have been an opposite wing cut for Adrian in that situation. We saw that last year. So right now, he's really left himself and trying to find other teammates who would be in those situations as well, just like Adrian was last year.
Maybe Ajem Miranda could be that new cutter for Nico Panganiban. He's now in alongside Adzar Ujan and Jomel Landayan. Some unusual names for Marikina.
Tsaka maganda rin mix yung combination ni gusto ko makita si Zach Wang together with Ajem.
Ajem, Miranda, and Zach Wang.
Zach Wang, right.
In terms of what scenario on the court?
I think the hustle plays of Ajem as well as the versatility of Zach Wang, taking on bigs, taking on guards. Very interesting, makita yun defensively.
If you want to talk about versatility, I'd add Malonzo.
Oh yeah, that's
in
right.
that mix.
That's right.
Sayang nga wala si Villapando in this game. One of those injured players described to us by Andrea, as now Jomel Landayan just scored.
And even a Ron Denison who can hit perimeter shots from the outside and defend bigs as well.
Boy, do we miss him here in the Mpbl. Get well swing to those 2. Both have ACL injuries. Zach Wang, that's a shot. Short. Great effort by Marquez. That's off of San Juan. Marikina will get possession. They're up by 4. This is a nice start. And we did mention for Coach Raisal Castro and company, the trajectory is going up for them here in the Mpbl.
As a matter of fact, they're shooting really well from the field. They're about 54% from there, going 6 out of 11. And a little bit more of efficiency here. And the thing is, they're taking their shots within the first 12 seconds of the shot clock. And so, I mean, you take shots earlier, it's better quality than you take the shots in the latter part of your shot clock. Masana pag bumaba na yan sa 8 seconds, normally pababa yung quality ng shots because,
Nagmamadali na.
nagmamadali ka na, time is of the essence.
Well, Coach Raisal is a confidence-building coach. Siya nga daw yung tipong pag hindi mo tinira, pagagalitan ka niya. Well, that has been a tradition for Marikina in the past couple of years. Coach Elvis Tolentino really has achieved a lot in terms of developing players. Now we are seeing Mark Atabay, J.R. Chavez, even Kyle Tolentino, all excelling in other teams here in the Mpbl. Even Coach Elvis himself got himself a good job with South Cotabato as one of the contenders in the South Division. So we're seeing Pili at the stripe. He converts. There was a technical foul called, apparently, against San Juan.
I was going to say that rebounding could be one of the, I guess, stat line that the Coach Raisal is also trying to work on, because a lot of his players are really wing players that would actually play from the outside, and only that one guy that would lead you inside the glass action. And in their last game, they got out rebounded 40-49. And right now, when you look at the rebounds, they're out-rebounded 7 versus 4. 7 versus 5, rather.
I ask you though, for you to be out-rebounded by 7 by Pampanga, would you actually say that that's acceptable?
To me, it is. Yes, because lalo na you consider the activity of the big wingmen, and in the absence of Balti Baltasar, you have very able other big guys that can also man the shaded area. And so just being mindful of where that ball is gonna go and understanding where the rebounders would be and try and box them out.
Free throws converted once again by Marikina in this game. You'd see Silas Abali cheering from the side. So Marikina continues to be perfect from the stripe.
San Juan, I think it's 6 out of 9 from that line. So
Marikina is 5 out of 5. 20 to 13, 2.5 minutes before the end of one. Zach Juan, defended by Pili. Shot clock winding down. AC Soberano from the corner. Well, that's his shot.
Well, we talked about shots lower in the shot clock being lesser of quality. That's why it's important for you to be practicing shots from the outside, because you yourself will be the system that would create those opportunities to score.
The other end, here's Mosqueda working with Marlon Basco. There's the pop. Marlon fakes. He lost Hugnatan. Then he misses. That's his first miss in 2 games.
Oh, yeah. After going 5 out of 5 the last time.
AC Soberano, 2 out of 2 from downtown. So it's separate corners for him.
I know, they're shooting what? 3 out of 5 from, oh no, that's
3 out of 7.
3 out of 7. 3.
That's a reasonable percentage. Landayan, 10 on the shot clock. 2-man game. They go to Basco. Marlon, he attacks. Met by Hugnatan, good defense. And Miranda is on the move. Numbers for San Juan. Nice pass. There's the duo that you wanted.
Yeah, that's the separate, the opposite guy that's cutting that would partner. And Zach Wang really making himself available. I want to go back to the previous action where they had that ball screen with Marlon Basco. As you see, Ujan, a basket by Ujan right there for Marikina. Palaging makikita mo yung si Marlon Basco. Really, when you put him on a 2-man game, understand that finish is going to be a pick and pop.
Yes.
Yeah, very rarely will you see him go on a roll.
22-21. Under 50 seconds before the end of one. AC Soberano asking for the pick. There it is from Reynel Hugnatan. Soberano drives. Tough shot. No basket. And here comes Marikina. Nice spin by Landayan. Here he is. Jomel stops and misses. Good box by Reynel. And now there's a foul by Azar Ujan. 2 free throws.
Sayang yung missed na shot na yun. I mean, he had that defense going back. And Landayan tried to go for the floater, really just back rimmed it. A bit too strong.
But was it actually a bad shot or no?
No, it's a good shot. He really just didn't make it. Minsan, at that point, na nandun ka na, the choice of a floater and a stop and pop, minsan nalilito ka na, indecisive ka na.
Alright.
But lumiliit na yung distance eh.
We have a sub for Marikina. Jethro Escoto has checked in. Here's Zach Wang at the stripe. First free throw is no good. Well, that's not his specialty. And there you see, again, the reaction of Senator, head coach Jingoy Estrada for this game.
That's almost automatic every time.
I wonder if he would actually conduct, at kung siya talaga yung magle-lead ng practice ng San Juan, I wonder how much time they will dedicate to free throws. Abot kaya na 30 minutes yun.
Tapos dadagdagan pa ng suicides, no?
3-second differential. Nice attack. And that is in for Pili.
Right now, defense really breaking down. You're not allowing a guard just, going in there, shaded area, unmolested, untouched.
4 seconds. Hernandez will score from downtown. That's a mapuan for you. Escoto will fire. He almost made that half-court shot. What a high-scoring first quarter, Coach Mike.
Yeah, it is, and a very good percentage shooting by both teams. 46% for San Juan as well as 53% for Marikina. It really just makes themselves available for those shots and going to open areas on the floor. Very aggressive once they catch that ball, trying to see if there's a shot. If not, they go drive inside.
seeing some highlights in the first quarter. San Juan actually led in the opening minutes, and then Mosqueda, alongside the other Marikina players, took over before the emergence of that guy, AC Soberano, converting 2 3-pointers in the first 10 minutes. This end of the first quarter score is brought to you by GameX, 25-24. This three-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. That was Paulo Hernandez, also from Mapua, a proud product of Coach Randy Alcantara, now representing San Juan. One of the things that San Juan actually made sure of coming into the season is the fact that they're getting players who won't be gone. So there are no SGLs in this lineup. And even for those who will get drafted, there's actually an understanding that they will still finish their Mpbl season, much like what Adrian Locum did. After all, San Juan is expected to contend as Joe GDL was fouled. That's a poor closeout by AJ Miranda.
Yeah, definitely bad closeout right there by AJ. Of course, we do understand Joe's gonna hit it from there, but you know, you gotta give him a little space after he makes for that shot attempt. And I was really impressed by the first quarter of these two teams. A total of 14 assists between these two teams. Really good. 8 and 6 respectively for Marikina and San Juan. So, you know, not so much of one-on-one. A lot of ball distribution.
Okay, so you're happy with the offense that you're witnessing. How about the defense?
Well, defensively, if I'm checking the offensive rebounds, I think it's a little bit favor on the side of San Juan, and that's kind of expected because of the presence of Reniel and Zach Wang able to patrol the shaded area. But then again, you know, long term as the game goes, we'll see hopefully more aggressiveness on the side of Marikina.
Well, we can always expect that from Marikina.
Yeah.
That's a part of their identity. Joe Gomez de Liano is now at the stripe. He did not shoot free throws in the previous game, having scored 9 points, grabbing 6 rebounds. He was supposed to be a part of Abra in this season of the Mpbl, but then because of the roster changes, dumagdag pa naman sina Mac Talio at Roy Sumang. It makes sense that Joe would go back to Marikina. He will be getting minutes. And after all, he already has found a family in this squad. He likes the culture. Last year, we saw a bit of emergence from him, working alongside Marvin Janicio. So let's see if he can improve even more in this campaign.
At that game against Pampanga, he was pretty average. 9.6 rebounds, shooting 33% from 2, but really struggled from the outside, going 1 out of 7 from 3. And I'm sure that's something that he's going to be working on part of this game eventually as the season goes.
Here's Joe GDL off of the rebound. Escoto looking for a teammate. 13 on the shot clock. Pili off to a good start in this game. Looking for a screen. There it is, provided by Azar Ujan. Top of the key. Shot. Short. Rebound for Zach Wang.
Notice mo talaga sa lahat ng offenses, if in the first 12 seconds nothing's going on, and eventually that ball's gonna go back up to the top with your most creative player and a really good screener and a roller or a shooter to try and figure out how to get some points. Right there, Azar Ojan got that pick and pop, but just couldn't make the shot.
Let's see if Marikina can do better on this next set. That's a quick shot by Eric Pili, who misfires. Rebound, Soberano. AC to the left.
Medyo delikado pag si AC nakakuha ng bola kasi anytime pwede mag-pull up no?
Well, he decided to give that ball up onto AJ Miranda, who then delivered a three-pointer for San Juan.
And AJ Miranda understood that the best way to move that defense is to do a lateral pass. A lot of times when that ball gets swung the other end, that defense is gonna be late. So it's up to you to do a catch and shoot, and you gotta work on your efficiencies from there.
Here's AJ on the move. We saw that a lot last year with Mindoro. That was a counter turnover. Escoto, bump, no foul, no basket. Ball tapped away in favor of Marikina.
And once again, they'll go to that usual baseline out of bounds play.
Escoto will bring it out. Homegrown, Jethro Emmanuel Escoto. Joe Gomez-Eliano, 12 on the shot clock. Screen, Hernandez fighting it. Good defense by Paolo, but Joe is still able to escape.
Now, very crafty yung galaw na ni Joe Gomez-Eliano. I mean, that screen and roll that low, medyo mahirap kasi halos lahat ng depensa, one step away, no? And so just being able to return and clean the lane side for that strong finish.
That's now 6 points in this game for Joe GDL. Nathan Soberano, 3 on the shot clock. Reynel will have to fire. Top of the key. That's 2 misses for Hugnatan from downtown. Great effort by Zach Juan.
Yan yung sinasabi ko kanina. Ibang klase yung, leaping ability, understanding where that ball's gonna go.
Now this lucky fan of the game is brought to you by Buenas. The layup by Eric Pili. And somebody is happy from the sideline. I'm not sure if that woman is related to Eric Pili at all, but I'm sure he's happy to get that support. All right, we're seeing a big man for Marikina inside the game. Marlon Basco checks out. Number 13 is Armand Demigaya. That's the big guy for Marikina. Zach Wang, his shot wide open, too easy.
That's one of the development of the game of Zach Wang. I mean, to be able to slip screens and go to open spots and just, get that jumper up.
Isn't he just a fantastic role player?
No. Finish either way. Slip, roll, solid screen, you name it, he can do it for you.
Hugnatan, this time he attacks. 1-2.
Wow.
Welcome to the Mpbl, Reynel Hugnatan.
And had all the defense really drop covering against him, pero pinakitaan tayo ng handles, Migs.
Boy, aren't we so happy to have him here. 32-28, another 6.5 minutes in the second. AI onto Joe GDL. Oh, tough pass. Good anticipation by Hernandez. San Juan on the run. Paulo onto Ajem. Good look. Miranda off to the left. Rebound. Zach Wang still at it. On the floor. He gets it. No foul. Is that a walk? Yes, it is, but you can't blame Zach Wang for that violation. Sajeros will check back in. Let's see the replay.
Yeah, see right there, always the ball goes back up top. This time everyone drop covering against Reynel, and he just shows us the handle, and Going Glass finishing with the right hand.
All right, now we go to Andrea Endicio.
Although Marikina is on a 3-game losing streak, kwento ni Coach Rizal Castro, for the past few days ng ensayo, mataas ang moral ng mga players after having a tight ball game against the defending champions. Despite the loss, napakita raw nila ang kanilang kapasidad, and after all, a loss is not completely a loss if they were able to put up a good fight. Unlike San Juan, kompleto at healthy itong young studded Marikina team. Speaking of the fact na puro bata nga sila, ang concern lang daw ni Coach Rizal is their attitude, because most of the time, the boys tend to be impatient. Migs and Coach Mike.
Yep, that will be an issue if it will continue for the Marikina young guns. One thing's for sure, Coach Rizal has learned enough from Coach Elvis Tolentino to know how to handle a team for Marikina. It's the identity from last year, discipline.
Right.
It's a theme for Marikina, so I'm sure impatience would be solved.
And I guess that's part of the progression, lalo na sa maturity ng mga players ng Marikina. I mean, at least yung last game nila, they showed a lot of composure that close game against Pampanga. And so hopefully you start building something on that game.
Actually, Eloy Tan did tell me generally speaking, they have a tough schedule to start the season. So it will be a big test. That impatience will really be tested. Ang maganda naman dun, toward the second half, madali yung schedule nila.
Yeah.
Or relatively easier. So they can still make a good playoff push. The ball went out of bounds. So Senator Jinggoy Estrada's team will get possession here.
And on that point, Mix, at least ang maganda, they get to measure up kung saan sila early in the season so that, you know, they'll be able to make adjustments in the hope of getting to the playoff rounds and meeting those top teams again.
Hernandez will fire. Three-pointer, too strong. Great effort by San Juan, but here comes Marikina. Casajeros to Eloy. That's 2 points.
A variety of ways that Eloy can actually hurt you. He can be a defender, he can be a finisher out in the open floor, he can shoot on pick and pops. I mean, that guy really has a value given to Marikina.
Marikina gets the lead back, 33-32. Galinato is in the game. Naipasok din siya, even though he's injured. Nice pass. Miranda will finish.
Paulo Hernandez, really a legit scorer right there. Wanted to take that shot, and the moment that ball got swung, defense closes out, put that ball on the floor, didn't have that layup, and found an open guy for that score.
You know what? Paulo Hernandez told me that he's been learning a lot from Orlan Mamar, which means that he gets to learn on how to be a point guard, how to be a shooting guard, how to be a scorer, how to be a passer. As this fast break of the game is brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max, and the plan is doing everything for Marikina, whether it's passing or scoring as well.
Yeah, ganda rin ang recognition ni Casajeros doon. Waited for that defense to be undecisive before leading that pass for an Eloy finish.
It's 34 all. Casajeros is at the stripe. Now 6 points in this game. Hasn't missed yet from the line. There you go. He stays perfect. Marikina just right there with San Juan. This might be their first win of the season if the trajectory keeps on going up.
Right.
But I'm sure San Juan has something to say about that on their first game in our 6th campaign. Galinato to Hugnatan. Right hand, no problem.
Similar to how Marquis plays, Reynolds doesn't really need to put the ball on the floor, especially that close. I mean, his height and experience can really just be enough for him to create opportunities that close.
It's one thing to talk about the experience for Reynolds Hugnatan, but another thing is his coaching. Iba na rin ang perspective niya dahil nakapag-coach na siya as Eloy Tan scores again.
Yep. And he could be that added help then sa point guard on the floor for San Juan.
Hugnatan, pinapalabas si Paulo Hernandez, 10 on the shot clock. Now it's Mike Malonzo against AI. Malonzo facing up. He drives and spins. Hugnatan, a lot of space. Still no conversion. Rebound for Demigaya, and here comes Eloy Tan. Up top, Escoto to the right. RR, two-man game. AI on the roll. They go back to Escoto, asking for the screen. Demigaya trying to reach him. There you go. Took some time. 5 on the shot clock. Eloy Tan in trouble. No foul. Good on his defense, and that's a turnover.
Yeah, that ball totally slipped the hands of Eloy Tan. Eloy really is doing good from the field. He's shooting 4 out of 5 from the field, 3 out of 3 from the perimeter, and 1 out of 2 from 3. So very efficient scoring game so far for Eloy, which they need eventually as they go further into the season.
Especially if or when. The key word is when Andre Igliane leaves.
Yep. In continuity on who's gonna take on the scoring.
Last year, we really felt the departure of Marvin Jonicio for Marikina.
Oh yeah.
Here's Reynel Hugnatan backing down. Hugnatan is fouled before that shot. It was a hold by Demigaya.
This is the second game I've covered Demigaya, and from afar really looks a lot like Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, he does.
Look at that frame and
He
that
does.
hairstyle, right?
Oo nga, medyo mas mahaba lang ng konti yung buhok at may kulay.
Oh, may kulay.
But if you're Demigaya, you'd want to inherit the skills as well of Victor Wembanyama, as now Orlan Mamar just converted from the corner. That's his second three-pointer.
Yeah, he's 2 out of 4 from there, 50% shooting, and that's pretty high when you're shooting it and taking it from the 3.
He will never hesitate. Orlan Mamar, siya ka ba? The franchise player of the San Juan Knights. We say that with much pride because this is the perfect example of you can actually make a living here in the Mpbl and be a contender each and every year. Take a short break, 37-36. We are back inside the Caloocan Sports Complex where Orlan Mamar already has converted 2 3-pointers in the first game of the Mpbl 6th season. Our reigning 3-point king, still with that mustache. Well, he did say he won't shave it until they become champions. So maybe this is what he means by it. He will style it, but he will not shave it completely.
Trim lang.
Trim lang as Escoto was able to trim down that defense of San Juan for those 2 points.
And so far, Escoto's been just continuing on how he performed against Pampanga in that game. He actually had 8 points, went 50% from the field to go with 6 boards and 4 assists. Very impressive for Escoto. Played about 15 minutes in that game. Really good numbers.
Sideline inbound for Mike Malonzo. He now cuts. Got open for a while. Now it's Orlan Mamar using the pick of Hugnatan. There's the pop against Basco. Our matchup for the afternoon. Reynel Hugnatan scores.
Yun yung difference ni Reynel with Marlon Basco. Marlon, if you give him that ball on a pick and pop, high probably he's gonna shoot it. Unlike si Reynel, he's gonna find open guys. If none, then he's going to try and attack and put that ball on the floor.
Well, as Dexter Marquez scores inside, Hugnatan has missed 3 3-pointers already in this game. So for him to have another idea in terms of scoring, 42-39. Eloy Tan. Oh, firing again. He misfires. He did almost the same thing in the first frame and he made it. As now, it's Escoto scoring inside.
And once again, you love the guards who actually trace boards and get offensive rebounds and putbacks. And we were talking about it in that game against Pasay. I actually treat offensive rebounds as defensive contributions because you're not allowing your opponents to have an opportunity to score.
Did see the inside scoring so far in this game. And now it's Eloy Tan. Tough layup. He's fouled. Great switch from right to left.
I felt na si Reynel nga at some point in that drive against Reynel Hugnatan was actually trying to put the boosters on to try and get past Reynel, but that didn't work.
At least he still has it. As you take a look at that move by Hugnatan, going from right to left as well, using his dominant hand for those 2 points.
Mabigat dun yung one dribble right, tas in between
Oo.
lipat sa kaliwa
I did tell him that I was a big fan of him before when he was playing for Alaska. That triangle offense mastered by Coach Tim Cohn and his players. Obviously, it was a long time ago, so now we're seeing a different style of play as well from Reynel Hugnatan. He has developed that 3-pointer throughout the years. I wonder what else he can show us here in the Mpbl as Eloy Tan now goes to the bench with 11 points. You'd be happy with that.
Yeah, very true. He's a +3 right now in terms of plus minus for Marikina.
Under a minute remaining before halftime, 43-42. Orlan Mamar dancing with AI. Nice pass onto Marquez.
And boy, the shooting between these two teams really just keeps on being really good. Both shooting above 50%. right now, and shows us the quality of game that we've got between these two.
That's 5 points now for Dexter Marquez. Escoto drives and scores. Wamar was looking for a charge to no avail.
Pag-usapan natin, Orlan Wamar ang bumabantay doon kay Escoto at hindi natitinag ko si Escoto, palaban din eh. You know, he's up to the challenge and he wanna takes on it.
I hope everybody knows that Orlan Wamar is a good defender.
Right.
Galinato leads in. There was a foul. Basket and one. Coach Rizal isn't too happy about it.
Definitely, you're not happy about two things: that close out and that ball put on the floor. How about that timing on that floater? Perfectly done.
Galinato, by the way, has an injured right elbow, so it's good that he's still able to convert. We have a timeout. 12 seconds to go. Head of Security, Rudy Distrito, and Head of Basketball Operations, Emer Oreta, join us at the sideline. And there's Senator Jingoy Estrada, the head coach in today's game for San Juan. Andrea did report about Coach Randy Alcantara still recovering alongside 5 other players before they begin their 6th campaign in the Mpbl, our 2nd season champions. John Galinato wasn't even supposed to play, but here he is, shooting his bonus free throw. He can't convert. 10 seconds to go before halftime. Marikina down by 1. Joe Gomez Deliano, 2-man game. Joe GDL still has it, double teamed. Ooh, there was a foul. That's free throws.
Orlan Wamar cannot believe that call. Clock was actually winding down. It's 0.6 remaining.
Now Joe GDL has to make this worth it. First one for Joe is good. He did go to the line already in the first quarter, so now he's 3 out of 4. Tie ball game, 46 all, a chance to get the lead if you're Marikina. There it is. That timeout was worth it for Coach Rizal Castro. 0.6, Malonzo hoists it up, and that's off to the right. That's it for our first 20 minutes. The Marikina squad, after coming off of a 1-point loss versus Pampanga, they're looking good, Coach Mike, against San Juan.
Yeah, definitely they're making a case for themselves. A lot of players scattered scoring actually. Nobody really just dominating, and it's different players each and every time trying to contribute for both Marikina and San Juan.
This end of the second quarter score is brought to you by GameX, and now we present to you our top 10 plays of the week.
Lorante, he played very great in the preseason tournament a year ago.
Wow, that's a beautiful move by Andre Armenion.
Armenion making good passes in the first few possessions, and that's
Andre Armenion showing us what he can do, driving left and finishing with his right hand at the shot clock.
Caballero. They blitz him, and he loses the handle. Comia is off to the races. Comia! Oh, what a move! Watch this fast break of the game brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max, the spin move. And the way he was able to finish in style, Jeff Comia.
gonna stop here if you're Bataan. Peralta left all alone, but no, not in my
Marcos with the perfect low side help on that skip pass. Timed it perfectly at the apex of that jump. Boy, you gotta love that block. Mitchell minus. Chop step, the score. Crucial basket right there for Bataan. Take a look at this, coach.
Yeah, little jab step going right, dribble going middle, spin the other way, leaving that defense hanging, and that strong finish.
And here comes Garcia. So now there are two Garcias in this lineup of Pampanga, but a steal. Viloria, the feed, and Alday with a finish. Wow, that was tough.
Oo. I-squeeze niya yung sarili niya doon sa middle ng finish, kaya medyo mas mahirap pa rin talaga.
And he really finishes well with his left hand.
Oh, milk this one. Hubert Kani. Tied at 84. Kani. The step back jumper is good. Hubert Kani stepping up big time here in the overtime period. That's the biggest shot of the ball game. 6.8 seconds remaining. The Negros needing a hero. And Hubert Kani with a fadeaway.
Sa excitement ng laro na to at 11 p.m. meron tayong baby na tumatalon.
Andre Arminion. Two-man game. Katakutan. He fires. That's a three-pointer. And we are all tied.
Got the ball on the left wing. Just a little jab step to throw the defense off. And then swishes it through from the outside. Big time shot for Orin Katakutan. We're going down the wire here.
That's the first three-pointer of Val City in the second half. They're 1 out of 5. 9 on the shot clock. Off of the switch. Manalang dancing. Kicking that ball out. Jello Razon. 4 on the shot clock. Jello still has it. He leans in and scores! What a big-time shot by Jello Razon.
Yung concentration ni Jello, even the shot clock is really winding down. Waited for the right time to attack, create, and make that basket.
There's a reason why we call him Mr. Clutch for the Parañaque Patriots. He's been doing this since the 5th season of the Mpbl. Kita squad of Parañaque. Later on, they will be cheering against Manila. Nice speed. Kevin Santos with a throwdown. There's that pass on to Kevin Santos for his first dunk in the Mpbl's 6th season. The first of many, as we should say.
And that's with authority, Mix.
He did mention it's so easy when you have Jeff Viernes, MJ Garcia, Archie Concepcion, and Enzo Serrano all creating for you.
Misses of Ibes Hason is being saved by the offensive rebounds of his teammate. And the putback, too.
Dara. Shot clock reads 6. Robbie.
Oh, wow.
Double cross. Jumper is all nylon for Robbie Dara.
Oh, man.
71 to 66. Playground basketball at its finest. The former Diliman College Blue Dragon dazzling and razzling.
And the reigning MVP of the UCAL. We talked about Robbie being underutilized in the second quarter. Man, they come back with the third, and this is really good Robbie Dara we're seeing right now.
This halftime score is brought to you by GameX 47-46 in favor of Marikina versus San Juan. We've been mentioning that we've been impressed by Marikina. Now we see the numbers. Coach Mike, what's the difference here?
Well, both teams actually maganda yung shooting from the outside, from the field, no? 54 and 53%. But makikita mo dito yung clear na offset ng 3-point makes ng San Juan as well as the free throws made naman by Marikina. 15 attempts in all from free throws for Marikina, making 14 out of them and 5 out of 15 from 3 points. And bench points really a lot of help, lalo na yung sila Rainier Hugnatan coming off from there, leading that charge 27-21. Bench points in favor Marikina.
You know, I'd like to share our conversation during halftime. Mention ko kay Coach Mike Perez na dati pa lang kilala ng San Juan na maraming foul. As you get to see the leading scorers, Soberano and Hugnatan have 6 points each. Rainier Hugnatan is making his debut in the Mpbl, by the way. And on the other end, for Marikina, we have Eloy Tan, who is in double figures. We'll show the graphic. Here it is. Joe GDL has 8 points. Casajeros and Pili combined for 14. But back to that point of San Juan fouling here and there. There was one person credible enough to explain to us why. And that was Mark Key. Sabi ko, Mark, sige nga, balikan natin yung seasons 2 and 3. Bakit parang medyo madalas mag-foul ang San Juan? At sabi niya, actually, hindi naman malala talaga. Diba? Kung aangat man ng onte, it's because they really play intense defense. Grabe yung dedication nila, grabe yung hustle nila. Magta-trap sila, pe-pressure sila here and there. And sometimes, there would be gambles. Siguro yung gambles na yun, those would result to fouls. So there you have it. It's not the worst thing in the world. After all, San Juan is a champion team. They went up against Davao twice in the finals. They continue to be in the top 4 in the Mpbl. So it's just a reality check for them. But again, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. And you can't question yung depensa rin ng San Juan.
Oh,
it's
really their strength in itself.
That's right. Talagang madiin lang sila dumepensa.
All right, now we have the third quarter. And that's a new guy on the floor. Another guy from Mapua, and Arvin Gamboa just scored his first 2 points.
But what's marvelous about this game is that very scattered yung scoring amongst all the players that have played.
Ooh, not the best of passes from Orlan Mamar onto Dexter Maiquez. They were separated last year when Dexter played for Zamboanga, but before that, they were already together in this program of San Juan. 48-47.
Eloy actually is the only one in double digits so far after the first half.
We did see his smile at halftime when he presented the graphic of him being the leading scorer. Mix Castellano working with Jomel Landaya. 3 on the shot clock. 3-pointer for Jomel. That drops.
Ang laki rin na naging maturity nitong si Jomel Landaya. Apart from we were covering him from last year. But right now, he's a little bit more controlled and he picks his spots and he picks what he does on the floor.
That's a foul by Pili. Oh, actually, he's convinced that he got all ball, but the referee saw something else. Usually kasi, adrenaline mo, bumipitik. At times, you didn't get to feel the contact. Maybe it's just pure emotion.
Yeah, that's right.
Minsan nga, mind games pa that you try to convince the people that you didn't foul. And there's Senator Jingo Estrada with a smile as the free throw was converted by Dexter Maiquez. You know, Dexter, before this game, I asked him, matagal ka na namin nakita sa bench ng San Juan eh. Yung playoffs pa lang, nandun ka na nanonood eh. So what was actually your role during the postseason last year? Sabi niya, ako yung Balti sa practice. Ako yung Will Macaloni. So nagpa-practice yung San Juan defense against him, thinking that he was Justin Baltazar or Will Macaloni. A good way, for you to prepare for your playoff game. After all, Dexter Maiquez is a talented big man. And speaking of talented big men, it's Arvin Gamboa who scores again.
Yeah, 4 quick ones for Arvin here. And yung pinag-usapan mo natin kanina about Maiquez, simulating that he's Balti Baltazar is one thing, but to be playing against the real Balti Baltazar, that's a different thing altogether.
Yeah. Well, you can't have Balti in your practice,
right?
Just to simulate. As now, off of the miss by San Juan, Eric Pili is on the run.
Ooh.
Yeah, he walked. Sayang.
Yeah. that time around, matter of choice. You see that defense heading down in full speed, could have just pulled it up.
This fast break of the game is brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. It's Arvin Gamboa, a son of actually a former PBA player. Played for the San Miguel Beermen back in his day. Kakampi daw ng kanyang tatay sina Danny Siegel, Danny Ildefonso, Dorian Peña, which means kalaban nila si Reynald Hugnatan.
Oh.
Nakakampi na
Nakakampi niya
ngayon
ngayon.
ni Arvin Gamboa. We just saw a basket by Dexter Marquez.
Yeah, I guess table's turn. It's your turn to be the
Oh
teammate.
yeah. 53-52. Joe Gomez Deliano against Gamboa. Joe drives. There's the feed, but there was a foul before the pass.
But so far, we've seen a couple of baskets from Arvin Gamboa. What's impressed me a lot is that he can actually put that ball on the floor end to end, entire 94 feet. And you love bigs that can actually do that. Yung gusto lang natin makita ngayon is ano yung processing niya pag may mga open men. Does he pass it off or does he still continue with that drive?
So he actually qualifies in that versatile lineup that you described for San Juan.
Right.
Joe GDL against his childhood friend. No basket for Zach or for Joe against Zach Juan. There's a foul on the loose ball. It's Joe Gomez Deliano. RR Casajeros returns.
Gusto ko rin itong combination ni Eloy Tan and RR Casajeros. Both really very gutsy guards. And right now they're on a full court press, trying to delay the offensive sets of San Juan. And why not? They have 19 assists already in the game, and a lot of them are coming in the flow of their offense in the half court. It's not like just open court basketball. It's really guys moving on a half court set and getting those baskets.
Well, that's what Andre reported in the first quarter. Even though Coach Randy isn't physically here, you can still feel his system. And this is the same coaching staff. The same Mapuans, the same Senator Jingo Estrada, the same Coach Philip Cesar. And Coach Philip himself is capable in being a head coach, formerly of the Manila Stars, as Lamar was fouled from downtown.
And that really just shows you the kind of attention that you give an Orlan Mamar. If he's right there out in the open, one, he can shoot on the move. Two, he can shoot with a standstill three. And three, ball on his hands, put it on the floor, he can actually still hoist it. And so, you end up like Eloy Tag will be fouling him eventually.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not forcing you. I'm not going to force you to answer this question because you might need some time. But have you ever thought about the greatest point guards of all time in the Mpbl? Have you ever thought about that? Kung hindi pa, okay lang.
Yeah, let me think about it.
Okay, partner tayo sa Saturday. Pwede kitang balikan by then.
Sige.
So may homework ka sa akin, Coach Mike.
Yeah.
Because once upon a time, Javi said Hesed Gabo was the best player on this level. Personally, I have a different opinion. And there's a reason why I'm asking it while Orlan Mamar is shooting at the stripe. He's not my answer, but he's up there in my list. We shall continue between San Juan and Marikina. 55-52. Castellano onto Mosqueda. Trapped at the corner.
And there's not much you can do out of that.
Ooh, Zach Wang onto Orlan Mamar. He fires. And that's good.
And how dangerous is that? I mean, Zach Wang stealing that ball, putting the ball on the floor almost halfway through, and passing it off to free Orlan Mamar.
Now, since Orlan Mamar was the one who shot and made that three-pointer, as this three-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances, think about not only your greatest point guard in the Mpbl of all time, but your current best point guard in the Mpbl. There you go. 2 items for you, Coach Mike Perez.
Okay.
We'll take a short break. 58-52. Orlan Lamar Jr. last season was an all-star, was a three-point king. And it was the first time that we started calling him the franchise player of the San Juan Knights. There you go, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals, 38% field goal shooting. I'm sure you are impressed about him, Coach Mike.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even last season. Right now he's shooting 40% from 3 after that last 3 that he made.
He has 7 assists, by the way, with 10 points already. Just like that. He's been quiet.
Yeah.
That's normal. Orlan Omar, who now just played great defense, forcing the turnover against Eloy Tai.
Yeah, and he's got that knack also of getting on the grill of the other guards. And maganda rin siya mag-cover ng mga passing lanes eh.
4 minutes gone by in the third. Panganiban delivers that ball, and that's 2 points for Arvin Gamboa.
Well, those are both assists and points for fast break. You know, defense not being able to set up, and primarily because of man movement again on the side of San Juan.
So now it's an 8-point advantage. This is the biggest lead in this game. Nico Panganiban on the move. Zach Wang up ahead. Nico decided to take it by himself. Now the ball was passed on to Coach Mike Perez, which means it's out of bounds. Thank you, Orlan, for fixing our water bottles here at the sideline. What a kind person. Okay lang din ang ating floor director na si Dick. Everything is safe. We shall continue. Orlan Mamar. Driving left. And it's not a turnover. But San Juan only has 6 on its shot clock.
Well, thankfully, nahawakan ng Marikina before it went out. Medyo malayo yung dribble ni Orlan Wamar from his body. And so he had to try and recover it. But thankfully for San Juan, that was last touch Marikina.
John will check back in to replace Biggs Castellano. John actually got a one-on-one tutorial from Kuya Mong, Marlon Basco, during halftime. I was talking to him about playing defense against a perimeter player, so San Juan, and there you go. Zach Wang gives us a 3-pointer.
Yeah, well, again, a lot of versatility on this player. Shoots threes, dribble penetrates, gets rebounds.
Oh, Joe Gomez de Leaño answering back. I did mention those two are childhood friends.
That's right. Ganda ng 3-point shooting ng ni Joe right now, at least in the third quarter.
Mamar, tough layup. What a move. It took so much motion from him that he had to tumble as he went down. Let's see the 3-pointer by Joe GDL. Catch and shoot.
Ganda dun is that pass to the corner and a replace cut dead by Joe to that open lane on the wing. And I actually love teams who, when they pass to the corner and they pass to the post, do little actions instead of just standing around. Because it's a good opportunity to be moving men when the ball is on those spots. As opposed to really just, you know, nanonood ka lang na yung bola nasa corner tsaka nakapost, hindi mo kung anong gagawin nila.
And of course, Mamar now has 12 points in this game with 7 dimes. That's a kick ball. Zach Wang really is getting used to that 3 position for San Juan. I asked him before this game, do you actually prefer a certain position? As Buenas presents us this highlight and this lucky fan of the game. So it's a set of fans wearing hoodies. Sila pala yung naka-hoodie. Siya lang yung nilalamig. Mainit nga naman dito sa Pilipinas ngayon.
That was actually, that was Gamboa, right? That finished that. That's his, I guess, 6-point.
All in this quarter.
All in this quarter, right.
That's 6 points in 5 minutes for Mr. Gamboa.
And he's going 3 out of 4 from the field.
Now, we're going to see a review. Marquez is about to shoot from the line as Marlon Basco gets ready to return. So here comes the Balti Baltazar, the Will Macaloni of San Juan.
Sino yung Will?
Macaloni, si ano pa rin?
Si Marquez pa rin.
Yun ang naging role niya.
Okay.
In the simulation. Actually, he could have portrayed all the big men of Nueva Ecija, practically speaking. Ang dami nila doon. Taganas,
Oo.
Golyado, Mabulak.
Mhm.
Second free throw is good. Welcome back to San Juan for Dexter Marquez. Welcome back as well to Eric Pili. Pasajero sits down. It's now a 12-point lead. Biggest lead in this game. And San Juan continues to play good defense.
Tsaka ganda rin ang free throw shooting ng both teams, ano? 63% for San Juan and 93 for
93 is
Marikina.
really good.
Really good.
But I think Coach Senator Jingo Estrada would want a higher percentage.
Right.
Kung kaya nyo yung 93, na 93 nyo rin yan.
Mhm.
We have somebody watching. One of our players in the Mpbl from Bulacan. Paulo Hubalde, the Aquaman, enjoying the action. Shout out to you, Paulo. As now Zach Wang misses from inside, and here comes Marikina. Our Casajeros spin. That was tight. He was fouled by Dexter Marquez.
And Marquez really just tried to stay in stride with RR. He knew that ball was that spin was going to go back on the lane side, but he just got that contact.
Sorry, I did mention Paulo's watching. Now, I kind of figured out why he messaged me. We were talking about the greatest point guard of all
I
time.
wanted to be.
Tignan natin
Yeah.
kung pwede siyang maging sagot ni Coach Mike Perez. Magandang tanungin dyan si Coach Christian Luanzon. Dahil matagal na siya nag-over
matagal
dito.
na siya.
OG talaga yun. Coach JD Gayoso as well. 67-56, 4 minutes to go before we begin the fourth quarter. Orlan Momar, nice move. Short on the three. Great effort by Gamboa.
And so far, Gamboa really showing good quality minutes here in the third quarter for San Juan.
I wonder if he's gonna get subbed out. Or was it actually the game plan to only use him by the second half? 4 on the shot clock. Panganiban, drive and kick. Hernandez will fire and miss. There's the effort by Zach Wang. Rebound for Marikina. It's Escoto who stops and misses. Rebound Casajeros, ball up. That's another miss, but it's 2 free throws for RR.
A good decision right there. Yeah, Escoto. Oh, that was Escoto, right? Yeah, Escoto with that
To
finish.
stop and shoot. No, it's Casajeros who got the rebound.
The one who popped from the free throw was it
Oh, yeah, it
Escoto?
was Escoto. Well, we did talk about that in the first half. It's either a hook shot or a stop and pop. Personally, anong gusto mo?
Floater ako. pag
Floater
ganun.
ka.
Because you kind of catch the big man surprised in the middle.
All right, when you stop, that's a split second. A possible recovery for the contesting guy. Pero depende naman sa tao yan.
Sabi nga nila, what's a good shot? Depende yan.
Oo.
Sino yung tao? Nasaan siya? Ano yung percentage niya?
Kung si Steph Curry yun, stop and pump, pero 3 points.
Oo.
Here's Orlan.
Oh
Three-pointer.
man, that looked good.
Too strong. Zach Wang again with the effort. How many boards does he have? That's 7 already with 8 points to his name.
Tsaka kita mo yung liksi talaga ni Zach Wang. In that moment, halos wala siyang binacks out. He just jumped straight up and claimed that off that ball. So really, athleticism very much on the side of Zach.
I was about to bring up my question for Zach, which was, ano mas gusto mong posisyon, 3 or 4? Sabi niya, it doesn't matter to me. Kasi ang mindset ko lang is, I want to serve however the team needs me. Whether as a 3 or as a 4. There you go. That's it. The perfect role player.
Tsaka sumasabay din pagka, beautiful pass inside.
There's the recovery for Zach, but Zan is still able to score.
At saka kahit na medyo undersized siya pagka pinostehan siya sa 4, still malakas yung katawan to go up against the bigs on the post.
Last season, he went up against Balti in the North Finals. So Zach Juan misses inside. And here's our Casajeros. Pass to the right. Escoto stepping on the break. And here's Ujan, almost walked. He attacks. Great honest defense by Zach. That ball bounced off of him. So Marikina will keep possession.
Medyo di maayos yung spacing ng fast break na yan for Marikina. Could have spread it out a little bit and reset the offense.
Pili tried to go baseline. Shut down by Hernandez. Then he shot the ball. Great effort. And that's a putback for Escoto.
Minsan lumalapag na talaga sa kamay mo yung bola basta maging active ka lang.
Zach Juan back at it. Nice bounce. Orlan Momar inside.
Good decision by Zach Juan. He first looked at Paulo Hernandez trying to go backdoor. Paulo says, no, you go, take it. Drove to the middle and the curl under by Orlan Momar.
Zach Juan now has 10 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists
Yeah.
in this game. Nice contest by AC Soberano. This time there on the rebound by Hernandez. And San Juan still gets it. AC attacks. He is fouled. 2 free throws.
Ang laki rin ng similarity ng the way offensively both AC and Orlan Momar would play. You see this little misdirected drive, got that drop coverage to take on him and dropped it off for Orlan.
AC Soberano getting ready to shoot free throws. This is his first set of gimmies. First one is no good. Made 2 threes in the first half. And there's Mike Malonzo making his return. 71-61 under 2 minutes in the third. Joe GDL returns. Parang pabilis yung palitan ng Marikina sa 2 spot.
Bina-match up rin nila. AC coming in. Some changes rin on the 3 and the 4 guys of San Juan.
Joe Gomez de Leaño working with Eric Pili. Up top, it's Jethro Escoto. Screen by Marlon. There's the pop. Escoto attacks. Nice feed onto Jan. Given space. Just could not drain that jumper. Mamar on the run. He lost the ball.
Good defense recovery by Joe.
Now Basco stops. He shoots and misses. It hasn't been a pleasant afternoon for him in terms of shooting. There's a foul on Jethro.
Marlon right now is 0 out of 2 in the field after going 5 out of 5 in that game against Pampanga.
All from downtown. That latest miss was his first attempt from 3 in this game. As Eloy Tan returns, the top scorer for Marikina so far. Has 11, actually tied with Joe GDL. Malonzo is at the strike. Mike Malonzo converting on his first free throw. He's now 4 out of 5. There's Senator Jinggoy with a smile. Alam na ni Direk Freddy na kapag San Juan ang kino-cover natin, automatic yan. Isang cameraman nakatutok na kay Senator Jinggoy kapag may nag-free throw. 74-61, minute and 12.
Taas ng bench points ng both teams, 39 and 30.
Wow.
San Juan and Marikina respectively.
Good defense by AC. Nice cut by Eloy. He misses. Rebound Pili. Left-hander, no basket. Ball tapped away in favor of San Juan. .54 seconds. This is the first game of your Thursday doubleheader, by the way. Caloocan will not be in action in our final game, but we do have Parañaque versus Iloilo coming right up. That's a nice game as Malonzo is fouled. A lot of free throws here for Malonzo.
Yeah, and sinubukan niyang kunin yung lane side, but that got closed out by Ujan, and eventually Eloy Time trying to tip that away in the hands of Mike Malonzo.
I want to see Mike Malonzo battle it out against the Pampangas, the Nueva Ecija, mga malalaki. Sino po mga malaki? Which teams are big in the season, Coach Mike? Top of mind.
Negros is pretty big.
Negros.
Those three, Atabay, the other two, I forgot, Renz Palma and Mahinay.
Mahinay, right.
Medyo mabigat sa ilalim yun. And complementary bigs, You know, it's not the same guys occupying the same spots. Good split.
Basco, Juan, turning around, backing down, trying to muscle his way through. He couldn't score. Here comes San Juan. They're up by 15.
That one's forced. Alam mo, wala yun masyado sa repertoire ni Adjar Ojar.
Nice pass, Miranda up top. It's Malonzo. A lot of time here. Only a 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Hernandez dancing with Joe. Paulo drives. He feeds to the wrong guy. He runs to the other end. Eloitan, 3 seconds. He lost the ball. That's out of bounds. 1.8 remaining.
Masyado ng gigil. Gusto mo puntahan yung open spot, but, you know, haste makes waste.
This will be a heave for Soberano. That's a good look. And AC Soberano makes the half-court shot. Shooter's got to shoot. And that's a lot of time.
And it makes it look now very natural yung pagkakatira niya, no? Parang free throw lang.
There you go. At least get a hand up against the shooter if you're the defender. That's going to count. It was a lot of time. Here we go. This is the replay.
It's more than enough time right there.
AC Soberano. Next week, watch out for our top 10 plays of the week. I'm pretty sure you're going to be a part of it. So that's 3 threes in this game already for AC Soberano.
Yeah, 3 out of 4.
75%. And 1 out of 1 from half court.
Right.
79-61. What a third frame for San Juan. They outscore Marikina by 16. This end of the third quarter score is brought to you by GameX. AC Soberano just drained a half-court shot to end the third quarter. That's why the score now is 79-61. There was a bit of a glitch on our live stats. So we'll break down the quarter scoring in a while, just to be clear when it comes to the difference for San Juan and Marikina. There you go. So it's not 16, it's 19. That was the difference in the third frame, Coach Mike.
Yeah, no, so huge third quarter run para sa San Juan, especially with Gamboa scoring a lot of points and contributing. And once again, he ended it with a 3. Starts this quarter with another 3.
So he's what, 80% now from downtown. Right. Talking about AC Soberano, 13 points for him. 82-61. This is the biggest lead in the game. Landayan to answer back. Off to the right, Miranda got the board. There's AC on the run. Soberano, kick out. Hernandez, dribble, pull up. That short rebound. Reynal Hugnatan. AC, oh, he could have shot that ball.
Yeah.
But they do have a lot of time here. 7 on the shot clock. Malonzo is fouled. Basket and 1. Napaganda pa.
Si Mike Malonzo continues to make himself available and that close to the rim and keeps on attacking, challenging the defense by Marikina, and so far he's been successfully getting to the line.
He's also 7 out of 8 from the stripe, 87%. Isang beses pa lang hindi natutuwa sa kanya si Senator Jinggoy from the line. Oh, pangalawa. Ayun, napatingin sa baba si Senator.
Na-jinx.
But still, a great performance for Mike Malonzo overall so far in this game. 84-61. AI, by the way, has been shut down by San Juan. And speaking of shutting down, Miranda got the block against Silas Sabale.
Yeah, you could tell Zabale didn't have that 3 in his arsenal. Libre na siya, but he hesitated almost naturally. Just put the ball on the floor, trying to create.
Casajeros, baseline drive, tough sidestep, another block for San Juan. And here comes Paulo Hernandez. Wisely slowing things down. He's a big point guard, by the way, for San Juan.
Yeah. And scorer did.
Scorer did.
Scorer did.
Well, we have been mentioning versatility for San Juan. So, if you think about it, their guards, AJ Miranda and Hernandez, can both play 1 and 2.
Right. Interchangeable, yun ang mabigat dun eh.
Well,
And whatever you need in a game.
even last year, they would play Wamar at the 2, Taiwan at the 1. Get well soon as well to Marvin Taiwan, who is not in uniform for this game. Malonzo again found another opening. He could not score. There's the effort on the glass. Mike still at it. Bodies on the ground. Castellano with the recovery. And here comes Jomel Landayan.
Not enough men, so he waits for his teammates.
Wise move. Zabale. What will they do? Up top to Jomel. Shot clock at 10. Landayan going left. He pulls up and misses. Rebound Malonzo. Got 7 boards now for Mike.
He didn't have any threat on that 2-man game. Castellano really just stayed in there and not moving himself to open areas on the floor.
AJ Miranda, Mike Malonzo to the right. Now it's Reynel Hugnatan. Soberano, 3-pointer, that's good. 5 threes in this game for AC Soberano.
Talk about efficiency from outside. He hasn't missed in his last 3 attempts.
On the other end, Marikina hasn't scored in the last 5 minutes. 3-point shooting, 10 out of 23 for San Juan.
Grabe shooting percentage na yan. And that's why they got this huge lead right here.
Kalahati po ay nanggaling kay AC Soberano, 2 kay Orlan Omar. And then, tig-isa. Sina Miranda, Juan, and Hernandez. 87-61. How about this separation? Remember, at halftime, Marikina led by 1.
Yup. And yung free throws lang talaga yung nagbit-bit sa kanila during that quarter. And that free throw has really slowed down for Marikina.
Marikina currently has 19 attempts from the line. They had 15 in 2 quarters. Malonzo back to AC. 3 on the shot clock. Can he get another miracle?
Oh,
yes,
my.
sir! What a shooting day for AC Soberano.
4 out of 4 on his last 4 attempts, and he continues to make them.
90-61. Somebody is making his case for best player in this game. Oh, it's going to be quite the decision for Coach Mike Perez as Hugnatan gets a stop. Here's AJ Miranda.
You got 5 players in double digits right now para sa San Juan, and leading the way is AC Soberano. He's got 16.
Ooh, AJ. He's got to check it. Coach Luis Gonzalez is watching right now. I'm sure virtually he's trying to calm his players down as well.
Medyo may frustration na kasama na rin siguro yan dito. I mean, you're having a hard time getting anything going.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go. A bit of a takedown by Pili. That's why Agent wasn't too happy about it. Good job by referee Benjo Estroga to hug Agent Miranda. Ting-lambing para mapakalma.
Tsaka medyo hindi komportable yun kasi it's a play above the shoulders. Anything,
Yes.
Any activity that happens there
So
in
could
a
it be?
basketball game.
Could it be an unspoke?
Could be.
Let's see. The referees did huddle up. There you go. So it's 2 free
The
throws
last
in ball
foul
possession
of
for
Eric
San Juan.
Billy has upgraded into an unsportsmanlike foul.
So these will be the first free throws in this game for AJ Miranda. Now we have Lugay checking in for San Juan. Dave Ando, formerly of the UST Growling Tigers. Another big man. And actually, Dexter Marquez talked to me with a lot of pride about having him because last year, remember, San Juan had a problem in terms of having big men on the roster. Manipis ang kanilang rotation. It didn't help that they had injuries. Pau Havillonar also had to return to Letran. Marquez was a bit too late in terms of returning to San Juan. But now here's the unspo.
Yeah, there you go. Got him on the neck.
It's clear already for us. So AGEM is now proceeding to the stripe. AJ Miranda has 5 points so far, and I'll share to you what he told me before this game. One of his greatest learning in the offseason is the fact that building your stock up for the draft doesn't necessarily mean that you need to join a team wherein you're going to be the star. You can basically join a strong team like San Juan, develop yourself as a role player, and eventually shine wherever you get drafted, much like Adrian Nocom. As now, we turn you over to Andrea Andicio.
The coaching staff of San Juan explained to me kung paano sila nakabawi here in the second half. Aside from increasing their aggressiveness nung first half daw kasi they relied so much on the help or team defense. So now kung mapapansin daw natin, San Juan focused on individual defense. It seems to be effective. Iniiwasan lang daw nila magkaroon ng blow-by para walang rotation sa depensa. Sabi nga ni Coach Philip Cesar, kung gusto ng pahinga, pwede sa opensa, wag lang sa depensa. Back to you guys.
Well, Coach Mike, I'd let you evaluate whether or not you are more impressed with San Juan's defense in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, lalo na it turns into points of turnovers and forcing them into committing those turnovers. And yun naman talaga nagbibit sa kanila. AC once again.
Wow, what a second half for AC Soberano. So that's 6 3-pointers for him, or make it 7. Yes, it's 7 already. 22 points.
5 out of 5 on his last 5 attempts.
Nice fake. AI still couldn't buy a basket. Wow, Igliane is still scoreless in this game after having 27 versus Pampanga. Pass inside. A stop by Marikina. 2-on-1 action. Escoto is blocked by Malonzo. What a chase down, but there's Joe GDL for the cleanup.
We were talking about covering length. Mike Malonzo, how about that? Really good chase down, not giving up on the play despite this huge lead.
It's a 32-point turnaround in the second half. Up top, Hernandez working with Ando. There's the roll. Agem, right wing, down low. Dave, nice matchup here. Turnaround, no good on the one-hander. Malonzo there for the offensive rebound, but he threw the ball away. Escoto on the move. Escoto bumps through, and he's fouled.
Well, Escoto tried to get in the body of AC Seberan to try and create a little space and separation. But still, you have to be able to finish right through contact.
Mike Malonzo now check out. Pasok dito si AC Soberano. Sorry, no. That's Jopet Soriano. I was reading something else, and later on you'll understand why. This free throw being shot by Mr. Escoto is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
And Coach Rizal Castro and the coaching staff really, I guess it's back to the drawing board after a really good three-point shooting game against Pampanga. Now, you know, they turned the ball over 12 times and allowed San Juan to get 20 points out of it. And so you got to go back transition defense if you turn the ball over.
Soberano again, short. That's his first miss in 6 tries. To the other end we go. Gomez de Liano. Ball tapped away by Ando. Here's the recovery. Escoto working with Mosqueda. AI backing down against Soriano. Still no basket for Igliane. He gets it back. by the corner. Igliane, ball tapped. I need to see his shooting numbers. Let's check that.
So out of 2.
So he hasn't even been shooting a lot.
Right. 24 minutes of action and just 2 attempts for AI.
But in their previous game,
He was 7 of, let's see that.
marami yun. Kasi 27
Yeah,
points siya. 10 out of 13. And 7 out of 9
9
from
from 3.
downtown.
Yeah, 7 of 9 from 3.
Finally, Igliane able to score. Let's see this basket and one play. On the block against Soriano. That's Papua versus Papua. He scores off of the spin.
He understood that defense was really covering the top side and had to go to the baseline. Spun that way. Wala rin siya siguro masyadong touches to allow him to get those shot attempts.
Yeah. Oh, Joseph Mpbl is in the game for the first time. The crowd favorite of San Juan. Igliane misfires. You know, Igliane actually in Mapua was called Project Gamboa. And to explain that, they compared Igliane to his senior in Arvin Gamboa, who now plays for San Juan, as we get to see this field goal shooting in this quarter. So nung pumasok siya, nakita nila yung similarities at sabi nila, pwede nating i-project itong si Igliane na parang Arvin Gamboa. So, tinanong ko, successful ba yung project? Sabi niya, ongoing pa rin. Hindi pa naman ako graduate. So, tuloy-tuloy pa ang kanyang progress. I wonder though what Arvin Gamboa has to say about that.
Yeah, maganda malaman rin yun. And lalo na yung how he performed in that game against Pampanga. But the thing is, medyo mahirap kasi to carry over a performance the following game, lalo na if you're not getting enough touches. I mean, I guess he has to be more aggressive offensively as soon as he gets a touch and see if he's got a shot.
And you know, I can't help but think that San Juan was able to scout Marikina. After all, Marikina has played 3 games already. And in terms of scouting Igliane, kilala na nila yan. Papua pa lang.
Papua eh.
So, they should know their tendencies, or his tendencies already, as Elutan missed, and there's a loose ball foul.
Somehow yung body language din ng Marikina not really good, lalo na in that and towards the end of that third quarter. That's where things really turned south for Marikina.
Well, we did see the quarter scoring at the top of the 4th frame. San Juan outscored Marikina by 19. Galinato returns. Same goes for Silas Zabale. And also seeing Vitug for the first time in this game. That is Sancho Vitug.
So I guess you allowing your opponents to score 30 points in a quarter, medyo mabigat yun, lalo na if it's in the latter quarters. Because I guess conditioning is coming into play na rin.
Nice seal by Ubalde. Joseph on the reverse, that's too strong. We all know that Senator Jinggoy would want him to score. Zabale attacks. There's the kick out. Vitug, his 3-pointer is short. Battle inside. Great effort. Vitug gets the steal. He attacks and scores. 94-69. 2 minutes to go.
Tsaka isang bagay na hindi natin nakita sa Marikina is yung goal action.
As these last 2 minutes are brought to you by GameX. You were saying?
Yeah, those ball screens that they did earlier, wala tayong nakita masyado mga roll option and pick and pops. The only ones I guess would be Marlon Basco, who wasn't really good from the outside. So a lot of them really wanting to create for themselves.
Ball tapped out of bounds in favor of San Juan. Shooting overall for Marikina is at 38% compared to the 53% of San Juan. Now we present to you our Suzuki Muscular and Sporty fans of the game. Just like the Avenus, do more and achieve more with a Muscular and Sporty scooter from Suzuki, the Avenus. Oras na para magmotor. Seal again. And here's Galinato with 7 on the shot clock. Hyper-extended elbow. No problem for John Galinato.
Mukhang komportable naman, fuminish ng kaliwang kamay, no? Parang wala lang.
I don't know if it's adrenaline, but he looks good. Vitug, nice pass. And it's Solentino with an easy 2.
I'm sure Coach Rizal is going to look at that third quarter performance that they did. They were toe-to-toe with San Juan after one half, but soon as San Juan turned on that defensive screw, game over.
And I just hope that the morale will not be worse for Marikina, because after all, trajectory going up na nga sila. Oh, Joseph Ubalde with his first 2 points in this game.
And you know, the fans of San Juan are always loving Ubalde scoring in a game.
And you know that his #1 fan is Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Senator Jinggoy just really values the mainstays, yung mga matagal na naglalaro para sa San Juan. Zabale scores inside.
And after all, San Juan is a basketball program that's been progressing and developing different players, and loyalty is really big for them.
We have a foul away from the ball. And now this play of the game is brought to you by Buenas. Is it Joseph Ubalde? No, it has to be AC Soberano. This was his half-court heave in the third quarter. He actually had another heave in the fourth frame to beat the shot clock. Shooting on point for him. 1 point as well for Jopet Soriano. 99-73. Second free throw, no good. Offensive rebound. Ooh, steal by Eloy Tan. He did have 6 steals in the previous game. Stan now misses.
He went cold in the second half, you know, and very rarely getting any significant contribution.
0 points.
Yeah.
That's Eloy Tan, by the way. 12 seconds remaining in this game. A 26-point difference. Off of the baseline inbound. Bitog fires and misses. Rebound Galinato, and that should be it. Forward pass, Ubalde will still score. Yes! 101 for San Juan in their first game of the Mpbl's 6th season. So congratulations to them. What a victory, what a second half.
Yeah, what a huge second half for San Juan. It started out with that third quarter run, predicated on defense, able to silence Eloy Tan. But shows you just the need for depth on the guard position para dito sa Marikina. And so I guess, like what I mentioned earlier, it's back to the drawing board for Coach Rizal to try and figure out how much more can they improve as the season goes on.
You know, at the start of this game, I thought Orlan Romar was going to be the best player. At some point, I thought it was going to be Mike Malonzo. But this guy just caught fire. Our best player of the game brought to you by Buenas.
Yeah, and definitely, you know, very efficient shooting from the outside, including that heave from half court to end the third quarter. And, you know, AC really just shot the lights out. 7 out of 10 from the field, 7 of 9 from 3. And to end with 22 points in this game.
In 18 minutes,
18
of,
minutes
play.
of play, right.
His plus-minus is also plus 21.
Yeah,
there you go. Only second to Reynel Hugnatan, as this final score is brought to you by GameX 101.73. A last shout out, I want to give a shout out to Zach Wang. Also played very well in this game. Much like Mike Malonzo, very versatile, very hardworking players for San Juan. So that's the first game in our Thursday doubleheader. Again, we only have 2 games for today. This will be the final one. The Parañaque Patriots were off to a fantastic start in the Mpbl's 6th season. They will go up against Iloilo. There you have it. Thank you for joining us for San Juan and Marikina. For Andrea Endicio and Coach Mike Perez, my name is Mix Gomez. At babalik pa po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.